I mean, how do I describe it? It's
bold,
a light,
black,
unapologetically black,
very funny, amusing,
caring.
You give great advice from a different perspective. Passionate,
free.
vulnerable,
a creative,
sexy.
My girl is lit as fuck.
Always ready to twerk a little something.
genuine, very genuine,
Resilient.
like sixth sense, otherworldly. If you know, you know.
it's so vibrant, baby.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Soul Vibrant, the place where music, history, and culture collide. I'm your host, Lady AC. And before we get into anything, I want to dedicate today's show to my grandmother who unfortunately passed away in 2014. But today is her birthday. So happy Heavenly Birthday, Grandma Mattie, who actually inspired today's show. Because we have definitely been seeing a lot of push for community, or a lot of conversations of people telling everyone it's time to come together and pull our resources and support each other, and which is great and wonderful. And we should strive for that and to be more collective and more together and support each other more. However, I think that that concept is being, like everything else, being romanticized and turned into these quick, easy buzzwords that it's just all we have to do is isms and not really taking in the fact of the reality that for some people, building community will take more work. For some people, they have no foundation of what community is or means or looks like. Or once again, as I said, they have this image in their head of what community will look like or serve them, but not necessarily how that plays out in the reality of what things are. So that's what we're going to talk about on today's show, which is titled Community Ain't Nothing Without Unity. So we're going to get into our musical breaks and then we'll be right back.
What up, dog? This your boy T3. Right now, y'all listening to so superb, so absurd, so we got Cordae in the house. Turn it out. Yeah, so you know it's official. Let's go. I'm so superb, so absurd. Earlly man, so superb, Young Jay, so absurd. Let's go.
They need an apple bum. She got an apple bottom in ticket catalog. We gon' get lost. Las Vegas hit the palms. She can't do no wrong. She an angel in my palms. I'm like David with the Psalms. Bed after David West Craven with the loss. Two bad bitches half naked. That's a draw. Make it rain on them. This is calm for the storm. In the gym early. I've been working on my form. Whip game proper. Can't stay local. I'm on Biscayne poppin'. All white buffs. Big game hunt. In the section on the couches. I got Rick James money. Red box bird. It's the big one dummy. Not a big payback. Killed them all summer. Might come face tap. Scat pack. Residential about to come racetrack. Find $1 in my loaf of needle in a haystack. Big payback. Lemon on Percy Miller. My bad like Mike when Quincy was making Thriller. Trying anything to get to a buck. Damian Lillard. Cut him off at the end and sink. Cry me a river. I'm like, whoa, King Wasabi. My main in the suite, but the freaks in the lobby. 2 seats, Ricky Bobby. My new thing look like Riri got a rocky. New paint, pink and blue paint, that's Monopoly. Next tail on the walkie-talkie, talking choppy. Big transaction when it's overdue, you copy.
Yeah, so superb, so superb, so absurd, so superb, so absurd, so superb, so absurd. Yeah, so superb, so superb, so absurd, so superb, so absurd. Yeah, so absurd. I'm in my way with work.
Yeah, hey, I'm known to have my way with words like Frank Lucas, known to have his ways with furs. I how Pablo, known to have his way with birds. I don't stress about problems when they occur. See, my cloth is cut different like Ye and Verge. It's crazy how the pastors pray when y'all pray in church. I'm in a pulpit that try to sell me merch, and the chopper get to singing like a Dale rehearsal. I'm rich like Paul, a king like Saul, like a newborn baby, leave a in awe. My life's a scary movie, all the shit I saw. I ain't lying, I embrace all my scars and flaws. Lord knows All the shit that I've been through, crying to my fans, I have no one to vent to. I'm not quite at the top yet, but I'm en route. It's crazy how we made it this far with the pencil, Lord. Now I'm back on the grind, made back sipping wine. Should be in Juilliard the way she act bad all the time. Wearing Steve Madden, why she mad all the time? Ain't worth 2 cents, thank God she's a dime.
Siri, where the money at?
Lord,
It's in my pocket, let me call you back. Can't sleep on an insomniac. These exotic raps, I'm each with the starter pack. At least give them grief to their cardiac. My feet up, illest nigga in the almanac. Please keep up. Got hoes in the Betamax T3 plus. Blockbuster, fade to black, it be us. Croc seats, lean her back, she get done. +1, now run it back. And I shine like it's 3PO. Get these shows, they play they roles, they touch they souls, I be so. He should go, I skeet then go. My mink did hit that flow. Whoa, give them CT's a T3 glow. No, rare species that eat these gross. Please believe me, I get you gone. I twist these flows more so than busy bone. Can't defeat me, you T3 clone. I'm a beast, I'm a feast, nah, peep me gone. Cause I'm so superb, I play with words. Anything less is so absurd, for real.
And that was Slum Village featuring Cordae and Earlly Mac with So Superb. And I love that song because it's that high energy, really definitely need that feeling going into this conversation, because I do want to start off by saying community is a good thing. Like, we need, the basic human need is for people to support us, for people to love us, for people to care for us, for people to show up, and for us to be able to use the things we can to help, to nurture, to grow. So I do understand the fact that, yes, we do, especially in these times where people are trying to break us apart and strip our rights away, or or really take away the freedom that we have to be ourselves. Community is definitely needed for us to flourish and come together and really make this world a better place. The reason I have this strong belief is because of my grandmother. My grandmother set the foundation of what community means to me. Now, my grandma did many different things, but the one thing I remember specifically was Sunday dinner. It didn't matter what we had going on that day, how long church was. My grandmother would cook every Sunday and invite everybody over. Man, I tell you, I haven't had that many neck bones, turkey necks, collard greens, cornbread in my life, but I would not trade it and those memories for the world. And not only did she cook, but she encouraged and pushed for everybody to come over, and she loved having us around. She loved having us bring people with us. Like, my grandma was the type of person, like, it didn't matter who we were dating at the time, who we were best friends at the time, co-workers, people in the neighborhood. She wanted everybody to just come over, make them a plate, just be like, you ain't got to hurry, this thing. That's what she would do a lot. And in those moments when we were there at her house, she had a very beautiful way of making each and every single one of us know and remember our importance. She really highlighted on the fact that our existence mattered because it mattered to her, in her presence, in our conversations, in just spending time with her, just doing things with her, just honestly just being. And that's where I really understood, just knowing what my role was, just understanding and having that space to understand what that role was. She did that. When it came to community or making connections or building relationships, that's always been a very easy thing for me. But it also made me aware that not everybody comes from that. Not everybody starts out with that foundation. So when you have these different experiences or collectives of people trying to bring them together, trying to understand the importance of each other, you have to make space to understand that community building takes a level of awareness that I think people don't consider initially. Not only just the awareness that there are people with different experiences than you, but also that when it comes to this community work and community building, there are going to be times where the community that you're serving can't accept the work that you do, can't accept you in some cases, but yet they can still benefit from what you do. They can still benefit from the work and the achievements that come about through the work of the community. And the reality of that is daunting. Because how can you serve, how can you build community with people who don't rock with you, who don't value the work or the connection that you bring? And that can stop a lot of people from being consistent or thinking that community building is relevant. A struggle to find those people who can work with them and build with them and accept them enough to make something work. So there's so many different realities of how this community building can play out. And I'm not naive to the fact that, unfortunately, like everything else or every great concept, when it comes to that, capitalism always finds its way in it. Colonization always finds its way in it. Consumerism, imperialism, all these different isms that have really wreaked havoc in our communities find their way in it. Even on a lower level, just on a personal level, there are so many things within our daily lives that affect us and shape the way we think, move, act. I was finna say motives, but the motives are, our reasonings for wanting these communities. So we have to, if we genuinely want these to thrive and these to really serve as they intend, we have to attack some of these issues. Because if we're being honest, I think as a society, we really don't address the social damage that was done since 2020. There were children all the way up to adults who missed critical moments of development of just basic human interaction due to all of us being inside. And you expect literally 4 to 5.5 years later for everybody to just come together and be able to recognize and connect and communicate. No, it doesn't work like that. Or in my opinion, it doesn't work like that. And I wanted to talk about a couple ways that I'm noticing that can interfere with community building. So the very first thing I'm seeing is the wellness of the community. So as we see within recent years, mental health, physical health, all the different ways in which a person taking care of themselves is coming to the forefront. And we're getting a lot more information. We're getting a lot more understanding of how important that impacts us. And what we're starting to see is a lot of people use the information to basically get what they want, or manipulating it in a way to where it honestly alienates us even more. And I'll give an example. So we're seeing a lot of people use this information of mental health and disability as a characteristic or a part of their identity. Honestly, in some cases, people are making it their full identity. And they're going around trying to connect with people, trying to build with people, but excusing the way they present themselves or the way they understand things. For instance, like, oh, I'm OCD, so I just have to have things this way, in my way, and it has to be in order, or it has to be, like, they'll say things like that. Or people will use, oh, well, I'm full of anxiety, so I have to keep people at arm's length, or I can be social for only so long, and push people away. But in both of those cases, how can you expect to build with someone when you have such restriction on yourself? The whole purpose of understanding a diagnosis, or having a diagnosis, or having this information of disabilities and language, is for you to build a better understanding of why you think, why you move, why you act a certain way. it is really to bring it to your awareness so that way you can do the work of learning how to navigate and move through this world. A lot of people, unfortunately, are using that as an excuse to not do the work. But yet you're expecting when you get into communities or you get around certain people or you want to align with certain people that those people are to do that work in order to get to you. Yes, you're supposed to accept your differences, but that goes both ways. That work goes both ways. You have to have that reciprocity. You have to have that mutual connection of understanding. No, I'm not saying to change yourself. No, I'm not saying, you have to be a certain way. But I also understand that you have to be able to connect and know ways of connection. But the first person of knowing how to connect and build with, you have to know how to do that with yourself. And if you continue to use this knowledge and information for you to scapegoat even around yourself, how can you expect to do that with others? Then when you can't do that with yourself, you start to navigate the world and interact with the world that same way. Because also what's important about having this information about mental health, about disabilities, is that it helps us be able to decipher, okay, this was a trauma response. This was a trigger. Oh, wait, this just happened. This is just a part of life. Every good and bad thing that happens to us is not a result of trauma. There are just some people in life who you won't be able to connect with. There are just some people in life that you can connect with. There are just some experiences and moments where they're temporary. When people come into my life, I like to say they're either here for a lesson or a blessing. But I have to be the one to navigate and understand that and experience that myself, because that's how I truly get to the people that align to me. And then there are some beautiful cases where when you do start doing that work, you slowly start to see that you'll bring people into your life that will help you and guide you through that. But you're able to decipher, are those people there to guide you and truly support you? Or are they there to misguide you or just to teach you a lesson of what not to do? Another issue that it brings is the realistic expectations of community. That basically once we come to community, everything will work out. We'll be on this upward momentum. Not realizing the work that it does take time for a community to build and thrive, because the truth is, for all the things that we're seeing right now, it took a community. Well, honestly, it took a connection of capitalism, white supremacy, patriarchy working together to bring us to this point. So it's going to take time, and it's going to take a collective effort for us to get out of it. For instance, the protest that happened yesterday. February 28th was supposed to be the blackout. Well, we were going to go and only support, mom and pop stores or black-owned businesses, but not participate in shopping at especially the stores that had rolled back DEIA policies and all those different things. But there was so much controversy from just the wording on the protest, just the stipulations kept changing. People kept trying to put their names, like make the protest like it was theirs, do it for this person, do it for this church, do it for this leader. There were people who were talking about how hard it was to only do it for a day. There were people talking about criticizing people for not being able to do it for a day. It was just a lot. We have to understand collectively as a culture, as a people, that we have to be understanding of the reality that a lot of us live in. Some of us can afford to boycott certain businesses or not use certain places or not go here or only support here, but there are a lot of us that can't and have to rely on these places due to, food deserts and implications of redlining and environmental racism and just this growing dependency that this country has put us on to depend on these retailers. My biggest issue was how people kept trying to make this boycott a convenience, tried to make this boycott accommodating and making it only for one day or making it only this way or making it a boycott is not supposed to be convenient. A boycott is not supposed to make you feel comfortable. The purpose is to shake up, upset, disrupt a system that is impacting you and your community in a negative way. And that leads me into my last point of understanding the community that you serve. Because that's the whole point of when we come together and we make community, we have to understand who are we coming together with? Why are we coming together? What's the purpose of us coming together, and how do we serve the people that we're coming together for and we're coming together with? Okay, we're telling people to boycott these big retailers. We're telling them to just give it up for a day, just to do this for that. Okay, so what's the alternative while they're boycotting this place? Are y'all going to carpool and be able to help them get to those grocery stores that are across town compared to the Walmart right down the corner? Are you going to give them gas money? Or are you going to pay for their bus fare to be able to get to this place or not go here or go in? Are you going to be able to help them get a job somewhere else so they don't have to work for these retailers? Because if we look at the Montgomery bus boycott, that's what they did. I want to shout out an amazing influencer by the name of Christiana Smith, who said, everybody wants the revolution, but nobody wants to do the bake sales. And she says that, mentioning about the Montgomery bus boycott, because somebody had to pay for that. People still had to get to work. And there were a group of women, black women, that were in the kitchen, making sandwiches, making goodies, and created these bake sales that funded people to be able to carpool, people being able to get back and forth to work, people being able to picket, or people being able to bail out of jail and all those different things. But if they had not done those bake sales, they wouldn't be able to fund that. But all people see is the picketing and the walking to work and the signs and, like I said, the imagery of the celebrity of leadership and all that, not realizing that it was these women or it was these students doing this groundwork, making it work. And everybody collectively understood their role in that said community to make it work. So my point is, when it comes to serving that community and building that community, you have to know what your role is. And there are a lot of people trying to build communities, trying to be the leader of that community when they should be the organizer. There are a lot of people trying to be the truth teller, the person giving knowledge, and they're the ones who should be the ones building the foundation or the floor plans. There's so many roles that play, and all of them are equally important. There is no such thing as a small role to play when it comes to building community, when it comes to serving your community. Even though they do try to make people feel that it is, each and every person, I don't care if that person licked the stamp on every envelope that sent a notification out about the boycott. If that was your role, you were so important. I don't care if you were the person who swept up after the women clean. Your part was important. All the way to the people who were leading the charge and standing on the front line. Every single person of these movements, of these communities, were important, regardless if they got the shine or the stardom or not. And so that goes back to me thinking, and thinking back to my grandmother. when it came to community. Like, at the end of that, she didn't have to cook Sunday dinner. Like, she didn't have to let us come over to her house all the time, every day. Other than that, she really could have just been like, all right, I did it last Sunday, don't y'all come back. She could have been like, okay, I'd have had enough. All right, y'all need to be out by this amount of time. It was left. She never did that because she valued the fact of us being there and having us around there and pouring into each of us, making us all know that each and every single one of us were important. I really do want us to collectively come together and collectively organize and really thrive over the forces that are trying to break us apart. But I also want us to go about it understanding there's no cookie color, no easy way around it, no too quick, too twist and a shake, none of that. You have to get this work, because guess what? These forces against us are putting in that same kind amount of work to not make it happen. And they put in years of work to get us to this place. Since we already keep talking about working twice as hard, we need to work twice as hard in ourselves and pour into ourselves and pour into the things that matter to us and pour into the people that matter to us, and really use that to start seeing everyone on the same page.
I got pressure. She called me diamond on the weekdays. Got so much pressure. That's why this song be stuck on replay. I got pressure. She called me diamond. No time for mistake. Too scared for writing. You know I dream this reality since I was a youngin'. Write down who I be, and now the manifestation's coming in. Now why you acting like what? Now why you acting like that? Put your thoughts into the universe and she gon' bring it right back. You so hard on yourself, mama, you don't need that. No, you your biggest critic, girl. Best believe that. Best believe that. Best believe that. Cause why? I needed to hear that. Am I overthinking will be the death of me? Am I pointless stressing won't be the remedy for my motivation that I feel I need? Ooh, I got pressure. She called me diamond on the weekdays. Got so much pressure. That's why this song be stuck on replay. And I got pressure. She called me diamond on the weekdays. Yeah, yeah. Got so much pressure. That's why this song be stuck on replay. Now that's whack. I don't know how to act. A false reality that I seem to create it in my head to make me feel I'm not deserving of these things I do. And the only track you're vibing is a G-Pot 2. And what's that? As a matter of fact, this is just a reminder that so happens to be a rap Kaiit. You're doing exactly what you wanna do. And now she flying to your state just to sing for you. And ooh, oh my, lost track of the time. Not enough reflection, too much again. Overthinking will be the death of me. And my pointless stressing will be the remedy for my motivation that I feel I need. Ooh, I got pressure. She called me diamond on the weekday. Ooh, she called me. Ooh, she called got so much pressure. That's why this song be stuck on replay. And I got pressure. She called me diamond on the weekdays. Yeah, yeah. Got so much pressure. That's why this song be stuck on replay.
And that was Kaiit with Miss Shiny. I love that track right there. With that, everybody, this is the end of our show. So I hope I left you with some things to think about. I am on all social medias. specifically Facebook.com, Queen Lady AC. I am on Instagram and Threads now with _. I am Lady AC. And on Twitter and X, it is all capital. I am Lady AC. So, all right, y'all. Let's get unified once again with ourselves, with each other, and build this community so we can grow and thrive. Because I'm ready for it. I'm so ready. Until next week, y'all. All right.